What kind of person would you refuse to work with? Well, I am a person who can work with all kinds of people. However, I feel bit uncomfortable to work with selfish people and who are ingratitude in nature. What is your philosophy towards work? The answer should be positive attitude towards your work. You want to work with your teammates, help them in their work, and take help from them. That is the policy that would be there and that would give the company more profit. Have you ever had to fire anyone? How did you feel about that? So with me, firing is a last resort. However, when it has to be done, it has to be done. A poor employee can wreak terrible damage in undermining the morale of an entire team of good people. When there is no other way, I have found it's better for all concerned to act decisively in getting rid of offenders who won't change their ways. How long would you expect to work for us if hired? I will be satisfied until the time I am able to learn and contribute, and my contributions are recognized. Are you a team player? While answering this question, try to keep yourself on both sides. For example, if the interviewer asks if you prefer to work alone or on a team, he may be trying to get you to say you are on one way or the other. However, you do not have to play this game. The reality is that most job requires us to work both independently and in teams. Your response to this question should show that you have been successful in both situations. What do co-workers say about you? My co-workers always admit that I am a good team player by providing suitable advices at the right time. They also add that I have a balance between good stress and bad stress. Describe your work ethic. Work should give satisfaction to the people. If the person is satisfied with the work, he can perform more. It reflects in the growth of the organization as well as individuals. What position do you prefer on a team working on a project? It depends on situation, as I am being fresher for the job, so I would like to join as a fresher for the project. If you have any prior experience for the particular job, you need to express them because it is very important for you, as nobody wants to work under his or her capabilities and you will not be able to give best of yours. If you were hiring a person for this job, what would you look for? In my point of view, I would recommend the following things: required skills for the role, team player, proactiveness, and loyalty to the work. Do you have any blind spots? I would say everyone has blind spots, and I would too. Hence, I believe in teamwork, because when you are a part of team, you can point out other people's blind spots and they will do the same for you. Do not be too specific for your actual weakness. Instead, try to bring out that you are a very team-oriented person. What motivates you at work? You can mention things like new challenges, good environment, which all employers think that they offer. What is your future plans for the company if you are permanently employed here? First, I want to be expertise in my field within 1 year or 6 months. Then I will be in next level in this organization, which gives innovations and more responsibility. What are your pet peeves? Overflowing paper trays on employee's desk. This is a clear indication either a performance gap problem where the employee should have his or her duties performance measured to address the gap, or it could indicate a work overload where the employee has been allocated too many duties for him or her to realistically perform in the course of day, week, or year. What is the difference between job role and job profile? Job role defines your exact position in a company like manager, HR. Job profile explains different responsibilities which you have in a company. Describe job description and job analysis. Job analysis refers to the process of determining and reporting pertinent information relating to the nature of a specific job. It is the determination of the task that comprise the job and the skills, knowledge, abilities, and responsibilities required of the worker, which differentiates one job from the other. Job description is an organized, factual statement of the duties and responsibilities of a specific job. What is casual leave? Casual leave is given to employee to attend sudden and immediate social or personal obligations or obligations like sister's wedding, relative's death, children's education obligations, children's admission in school, parents-teacher meeting, or applying for personal needs like income tax returns, passport, ration card, and court proceedings, etc. Casual leave is not linked to the number of days worked and is usually fixed. The eligibility is decided by the company, and it can also be decided whether excess leave can be encashed or not. In almost all companies, casual leave cannot be accumulated and carried on in next year, and a person can take a maximum of 3 casual leaves together. What is closure? Closure means permanent closing down of a place of employment or part of thereof. 60 days notice should be given for closure to government. If numbers of persons employed are 50 or more, 60 days notice is not necessary if numbers of persons employed are less than 50. If number of workmen employed are 100 or more, prior permission of government is necessary for closure. US 25-0. What is performance appraisal? It is a systematic evaluation of an individual with respect to performance on the job and individual's potential for development. Performance appraisal is the assessment of individual's performance in a systematic way. It is a development of the employee and the organization. The performance is measured against such factors such as job knowledge, quality and quantity of output, initiative, leadership abilities, supervision, dependability, cooperation, judgment, versatility, and health. What have you learned from your mistakes on the job? Making mistakes is of human nature, but feeling guilty of the mistake or feeling sorry will be the waste of time. Hence, I was advised by my supervisor that we need to learn from our mistakes and do not repeat it. Therefore, I realized my mistake and I will not repeat them again. Describe your management style. To be sincere and honest at work, not to involve in subordinates' personal matters, to provide a friendly environment, prioritizing the work. Are you willing to show interest towards the organization ahead of your own? Yes, but in return, I would expect the organization to take care of my needs as an individual. Are you willing to work overtime, nights and weekends? I have definite plans and I move forward accordingly in a systematic way. In case I am behind schedule, I am ready to work overnight and make sure it to complete in time. Do your skills match this job? Yes. In addition, I would try to utilize my skills according to the job given to me. What is your ability to work under pressure? I have always enjoyed working under pressure. It is like a tonic which boosts me, but I always keep it under control so it does not take a toll on me. What are your positives expressed by your ex-supervisor? Interpersonal confidence development, commitment, dedication, diplomatic decisions, humane consideration, and provision. What is more important to you, the money or the work? Money and work both are like siblings. However, I believe that when you work hard, you could earn more money. Therefore, work is more important than money. It is the hard work that can help you put another feather in your success cap. In what aspects do you think you would do well at this job? Because of my consistency of good track record, inquisitiveness to learn new, and quick adaptability for change, and finally, the support and cooperation required by my team members. What is ergonomics? The branch of engineering science in which we study the relation between workers and their environments. What is management interview? It is the interview by a manager, group head, managing director, vice president of an organization. This will be often be till 5 to 10 minutes session where you might have to talk about you and the skills you possess. What should be the answer for why did you choose and pursue career in only HR in an interview? I am interested in people, so I choose HR, which means people management. What is the procedure to write a CV and resume? What is the difference between them? A resume is 1 or 2-page summary of your skills, experience, and education. A curriculum vitae includes a summary of your educational and academic backgrounds as well as teaching and research experience, publications, and presentation, awards, honors, affiliations, and other details. In Europe, the Middle East, and Africa or Asia, employers expect to receive curriculum vitae. In the US, curriculum vitae are used primarily when applying for academic, education, scientific, or research positions. It is also applicable when applying for fellowship or grants. What is employee retention? Keeping your key quality employees happily so that the company would not lose them to the peer competitive companies. Customer is a key or key is a customer. Describe and express your opinion. Customer is important for any organization because without them no business is possible. Key is customer because they contribute in business by word of publicity. If they are satisfied, they spread their experience and this may increase the customers. In case if they are not satisfied, we may lose customers also. Why did you take HR as a specialization? I am a person who enjoys interacting with different levels of people. I believe this is a basic requisite for any HR personnel. In addition, I believe I can excel even in people management and hence HR is the right field where I can utilize my skills. How will you think if we do not hire you? Well, your current position will remain open and you have to interview at least one more person. It may be difficult for you to find one more dedicated and knowledgeable person than me. I have to continue my search for excellent and best company where I can get challenging and rewarding work experience. I thought we had win-win situation. What would you do for the growth of this company? If I have skills, sort of experience on a job, definitely I will implement innovative ideas for the growth of a company as well as will update my skill set with innovative ideas. Why did you choose HR? Why do you want to make your career in HR? HR, human resources. To be a good HR person, we need to have excellent interpersonal skills, good friendly attitude, decision-making skills, etc. HR is the backbone in an organization, right from recruiting the suitable candidate to training and then performance appraisal, compensation until exit interview. All these steps involves an HR. Therefore, if you want to be a soul of an organization, not just part of it, you should be an HR. What is an ESI scheme? ESI is an integrated social security scheme tailored to provide social protection to workers in an organized sector and their dependents in contingencies such as sickness, maternity or death, and disablement due to an employment injury or occupational disease. What the scheme tailored to suit health insurance requirements of workers provides full medical facilities to insured persons and their dependents as well, cash benefits to compensate for loss of wages or earning capacity in different contingencies. What is meant by burden of proof? To take lead the evidence first. What is notice period? When an employee resigns from the organization, he has to serve notice period. It means he has to give change of his work to a new employee so that the organization cannot face any type of problem due to work. It is just for the smooth functioning of company work. The regular appraisal period is 1 year, and what is the minimum rating period? The minimum rating period is 120 days. When should performance standards be issued to employees? Performance standards should be issued to employees at the beginning of the rating cycle, normally within 13 days. What rating should an employee who fails to meet established performance standards in only one critical element? Unsatisfactory. If the rating period is over, and what should be the rating the employee has not been on the job for at least 120 days? Rating is postponed until the employee has been on the job for at least 120 days. What should be the supervisor duty if an employee's performance improves to a satisfactory level during the PIP? However, within 1 year, his or her performance falls to below satisfactory. Take steps to remove, demote to the position, or resign the employee. What is meant by work schedule rules? WSR, work schedule rules, is used to define your work schedule for a defined period. It comprises your EE subgroup, PWS, and HC. We can default the WSR using the feature SCHKZ for your grouping. What are dynamic actions? Where do you configure them? Dynamic actions are automatically triggered by the system when it meets certain actions. Example, if you enter number of child as 2 in IT 0002, the system automatically triggers the IT 0021 subtypes child to enter the details. Otherwise, it will not trigger the IT 0021. If you did not mention any value in number of child in IT 0002, same like that we can configure dynamic actions depends on our need using the path IMG, PM, PA, customizing procedure, DYN action, or by using table T588Z. What is the IT to store educational establishment types? Why do you need them? Do educational certificates and branches of studies come under the same IT? IT0022, it is useful to maintain the educational details of the employee. How many company codes can you assign to a personal area? How many persons and areas can be assigned to a company code? Explain. Company code can contain any number of PA, but one PA must contain one company code because CO code is the legal entity of the company using which the FI people draw various statements like BS, PL account. Can you assign a job to another job and a position to another position and explain? We have to assign position to job because job is general, example manager, and position is specific, manager HR. How can you create new objects in organization management? To create a new object, go to OM, Basic Settings, Data Model Enhancement, Create Objects, their relationship, and TC. What are the responsibilities of HR generalist? The responsibilities are induction, training program, misreport generation, payroll calculation, admin and personal work, performance rating, etc. Tell something about the IT payroll status. IT 0003 is used to define the current payroll status of the employee, like released, exit, etc. We can log the personal number using the IT 0003. What is the difference between pre-booking and booking? Booking is the actual booking of attendee for an event. Pre-booking is used to check whether the attendee already booked for the event. What are the ways to transfer applicant data using PBA 7 and PBA 8? How do applicant actions differ from applicant activities? Applicant actions are like rejected, on hold, on process. Activities can be all the various activities performed for each activity for the applicant. In which IT do you assign an applicant to a vacancy? Where do you assign that status? Status we can assign using the T code PB40. What is meant by applicant status? Applicant status denotes the status of the applicant, say screening, on process, on hold, rejection, and we have to define various reasons for each status. What do day types mean? Day types used to determine the particular day is payment relevant or not. 0 means work and paid. 1 means time off and paid. 2 means time off, unpaid. 3 means time off and special. What is the use of the feature IG mode? It is used to define your information group. What are the features connected to organizational assignment? ABKRS, VD, SK1, and pinch. What is the feature used to create a personal number? How do you create a personal number? NUMKR using the T code PA40. What is meant by counting classes? Counting classes are used to define your various counting rules for you are A/A types. What is human resource management? Human resource management or HRM is the function within an organization that focuses on recruitment of, management of, and providing direction for the people who work in the organization. HRM can also be performed by line managers. HRM is the organizational function that deals with issues related to people such as compensation, hiring, performance management, organization development, safety, wellness, benefits, employee motivation, communication, administration, and training. HRM is also a strategic and comprehensive approach to managing people and the workplace culture and environment. Effective HRM enables to employees to contribute effectively and productively to the overall company direction and the accomplishment of the organization's goals and objectives. What is performance management? Performance management is a system by which we should recognize and utilize the employee's skill, efficiency, and as well as identifying his or her drawbacks, negative points, and try to remove those. How do you end with the performance appraisal? There are many ways to do performance appraisal. 90-degree appraisal, where the performance feedback is taken only from the supervisor. 180-degree appraisal, where the performance feedback is taken from the peers. 360-degree appraisal, where the performance feedback is taken from the supervisor, the subordinates, the peers, and the self-appraiser. What is the difference between recruitment and selection? Selection is selecting a candidate without conducting any technical test. Selection is based only on personal interview. Recruitment is a process of selecting an employee through a chain of processes like aptitude test, technical test, personal interview, technical interview, HR interview, and finalizing the offer. What is employee's proxy? Employee's proxy is a means of allowing an employee to authorize to work on behalf of another employee in all or part of their account. This is done when an employee will be unavailable or absent and some of his work are due, so he can assign a proxy to complete the work on his behalf. So, proxy means an employee working on someone else's behalf. One or more proxies can be assigned to a single account, and one employee can be assigned as a proxy for several accounts. What are the benefits of appraisal software? The benefits of appraisal softwares are elimination of paperwork, simplification of logistics for evaluators, workers, and administrators. The appraisal package facilitates the automation of the tedious parts of evaluation. This enables the managers to focus on contents of the evaluation process rather than on the forms. There are a lot of appraisal softwares that contain psychometric features. What are the disadvantages of appraisal softwares? The disadvantages of appraisal softwares are the performance appraisal is person-centric, and however how much they advance the machine are, but they cannot substitute one-on-one interaction. Face-to-face interaction is imperative for objective assessment of anybody's performance. E-performance management and motivation are linked in such a way that e-performance management is transparent and unbiased in its evaluation system. With this feature, employees are evaluated based on solely on their performance and not any reference. Hence, it will motivate the employees to perform effectively, be it anyone. What are the advantages of e-HRM? The advantages of e-HRM are: it is beneficial for routine tasks. It helps in improving the record keeping. It helps in improving the accuracy and reduces human bias. It maintains anonymity of staff in evaluation. What are the disadvantages of e-HRM? The disadvantages of e-HRM are: non-apt for employees who need personal support, reduces face-to-face interaction between the management and the employees, risk to losing data to hackers, Unless the correct evaluation is not done on the basis of the organizational goals and employee support, it would not be a success. What method is used for job evaluation? Job evaluation can be done quantitatively or non-quantitatively. Quantitative method includes point rating and factor comparison. Under point rating method, a quantitative evaluation of different jobs in terms of various factors are made and max point values are assigned to each job. Factor comparison methods determines the relative rank of the jobs to be evaluated in relation to monetary scale. Non-quantitative method includes ranking and grading method. In ranking method, evaluation of job description and ranking is done, while grading method is the improvement over ranking method in which a predetermined scale is provided. Is it important to conduct exit interviews in an organization? For every organization, it is very important to do exit interview because it helps an organization to resolve any future conflicts and smoothing over any conflict with co-workers or manager. It also helps an organization to learn whether their pay is competitive. Organizations are able to know how to retain their best people. Besides this, exit interviews are also helpful in guarding against potential lawsuits and reducing problems in the workforce. What are the benefits of exit interview management system? Some of the benefits of exit interview management system are high reliable and flexible. The privacy of response is maintained. Easily accessible at the convenience of the respondent. Feedbacks are received quickly. Reduced administration cost. Reporting information accessible in real time. What is VRS? VRS stands for Voluntary Retirement Scheme, which is also known as Golden Handshake, is a HR technique by which existing strength of the employees can be reduced. This technique provides golden route to retrenchment. By this scheme, a company is able to dispense of the excess manpower without legal problems. This scheme is applicable to all workers and employees who have attained 40 years of age or completed 10 years of service. This scheme is beneficial for both employees as well as employer. When an organization opts for voluntary retirement scheme, VRS serves as a solution of retrenchment. Many organizations opt for VRS scheme in any of the following circumstances: when recession occurs in the business, when there is intense competition and company can grow only by downsizing, when a venture is joined with other collaborations, when takeovers and mergers happen, when a technology or product is obsolescence. What is HR accounting? Human resource accounting is a process of measuring the cost and the value of the people in the organization. It measures the cost incurred in recruitment, selection, training, and developing employees. It also measures contribution of employees to organization towards its profitability. HR accounting helps an organization to furnish cost-value information for making proper and effective management decisions about acquiring, allocating, developing, and maintaining human resources. It monitors effective use of human resources by management and provide an analysis of human asset. Apart from this, it provides aid in the development of management principles and proper decision making. Why HR accounting is required? HR accounting or HRA plays major role in any organization. It furnishes cost-value information for making proper and effective management decisions. It helps in monitoring effectively the use of human resources by the management. It also provides analysis of human asset. It provides aid in the development of management principles. What is payroll? Are you using payroll management system in your organization? When an employee provides services to his or her organization, some amount is paid to him as regard to his service for a particular period. This amount is considered as salary and the process for calculating is known as payroll. Payroll provides the financial record. Yes, we use PMS in my present organization. PMS is complete payroll software for which consistent all of the information of employees of an organization from employees' personal information, pay structure, loans, reimbursement, pay slip generation and printing etc. The standard formats for the annual submissions of PF, ESI and PT are also generated automatically in PMS. What are payroll source documents? Payroll source documents are those documents which are required for the generation of salary of an employee. It includes timesheets, job sheets, time recorders, payroll registers, pay slip. These documents are maintained by every business unit. It helps in providing evidence to organization as well as employee about the salary. What factor do you consider while developing new compensation packages and salary slab? A number of factors influence the remuneration payable to an employee. These are broadly categorized into two factors, external and internal factors. Factors external to an organization includes labor market, demand and supply of labor, cost of living, government, legislations, the economy, labor union, etc. Internal factors have an impact on pay structure includes company strategy, job evaluation, performance appraisal. After considering these, a salary slab can be developed. What reports are required by HR department for calculation of payroll? When HR department prepare the payroll of an organization every month, it requires following information. Additions, which mean number of employees joined the organization. Deletions, which mean number of employees retired or resigned from the organization. Transferred or promotions of current employees. Loss of pay, which mean number of employees absent for month. Number of salary stop or hold employees. What is PT or professional tax and how to calculate it? Professional tax is imposed on salaried or employed person who is working in government as well as private sector enterprises. It is the deduction from the salary of an employee. It is a state-based tax and some state may impose it and some may exempt it. To calculate professional tax, first the taxable income is calculated. This is done by taking into account various deductions. After that, the tax on taxable income is calculated and from this, tax which is already paid is deducted and the remaining amount has to be paid as professional tax. Are you involved in payroll? What is the percentage of deduction of PF and ESIC of employer and employee? Yes, I am involved in payroll activities. The contribution of employer in PF is 13.61% of basic, while an employee contributes 12% of basic. On the other hand, ESI is applicable to all those employees whose gross salary is more than 15,000. The contribution of employee is 1.75% of gross, while employer's contribution is 4.75%. What perks are included in a salary structure of executives? Perks constitute a major source of income for executives. In addition to normal allowed perks, executives enjoy special perking, plush office, vacation travels, etc. Typically, perks to executives include the following: a company-provided car, accessible no-cost parking, limousine service, counseling service, professional meeting and conference, spouse travel, club membership, use of company credit card, no and low interest loans, medical expense reimbursement. What are the elements of salary? An average employee in the organized sector is entitling to several benefits, both financial and non-financial. The component of salary includes wages and salary. Wages is the hourly rates of pay, while salary refers to monthly rate of pay. Incentive. These are paid in addition to wages and salary. Incentive depends upon productivity, sales, profit, or cost reduction efforts. Fringe benefits. These include such employee benefit as PF, gratitude, medical care, etc. Perquisites. These are allowed to executives and include company car, club memberships, etc. Non-monetary benefits. These include challenging job responsibilities, recognition of merit, growth prospects, comfortable working condition, etc. What do you mean by HRP? HRP is a human resource planning. That is, it is the process through which any organization can determine that what is the future manpower requirement of the organization to achieve the organization's objective. HRP can help in putting the right resource of right skills at required job. What is the purpose of having HRP in an organization? HRP helps in an organization to determine the future requirement of the manpower to meet organizational goal and objective. With the help of HRP, an organization can cut the cost also by avoiding shortage or excess of manpower supply. What retention policy will you implement being an HR if there is more absenteeism and attrition in the system? To stop absenteeism, we can start few schemes for the employees like: if any employee having 100% of attendance in a month will get some XX amount of money as cash incentives. If any employee comes office regular on or before time, will be awarded as best regular employee of the month with a trophy and will get chance to have lunch with Mr. XYZ, any senior of the company, maybe director. To use the existing manpower as per the required skills. It helps in managing the changes as per the market conditions like technical and government policy, etc. It provides the useful information for the promotion and the growth of the employee in the organization. To stop attrition, any company can launch bonus scheme like if any employee completes 1 year in an organization will get some X amount of money as bonus. It may be 1 or 2 months salary. By organizing some activities on monthly basis for the employees like games, competitions, birthday celebrations, etc. How staffing table is different from replacement chart. Staffing table is the graphical arrangement of the jobs in the organization along with the number of employees currently working on this position, as well as it shows the details of future vacancy on each job. Replacement chart is the department-wise summary of the profile of job holders and give a snapshot of who will replace whom if there is a job opportunity in the organization. Why do organizations have demand for human talent at various levels? The most important factor is competition, as there are various players in the same market and they work on increasing their market share by reducing their workforce. The companies which are doing well and want more progress always want people with significant skills in their organization. Another reason may be future expansion of the company as merger, new venture, acquisition, etc. An organization may require human force due to some general factors like retirements, terminations, resignations, and deaths. What problems have you faced during HRP? Accuracy. It is not possible to track the current and future manpower correctly and converting them into meaningful resource for future prospect, because projecting man-force needs for future may be risky. HRP mostly focuses on quantitative aspects, number of employees required in future. It does not concentrate on quality side like training, motivation, and career aspect of the employee. What do you mean by skill inventory? Evaluation of knowledge, skills, abilities, and experience of each and every employee in the organization is skill inventory. Company should keep its record and update it yearly. Whenever company have any job opening in their organization, they can first search in their skill inventory to close this job opening in the organization. It works as a motivational factor for employees. What is the difference between offer letter and appointment letter? Offer letter means you are negotiating with the candidate and finalized about the salary aspect. It's not final document as the candidate may join or may not join. Candidate supposed to accept the same by way of signing. Once the employee finally joins the organization, then on the basis of his offer letter candidate is liable to receive the appointment letter. It is details of general terms and conditions of the organization. What should be the content of an offer letter? Brief in the nature of the company, offer for the position, department, compensation package, date of joining, the documents to be submitted, brief about his or her duties. What should be the content of an appointment letter? Job description, place of work, remuneration, probation period, working hours, lunch hours, annual leave, medical and other benefits, retirement, EPF, other terms and conditions. What is the purpose of medical examination? Medical examination gives the following information to check the applicant's physical suitability for this specific job, to check if applicant has health problem or psychological attitudes, whether the applicant suffers from bad health. What is the purpose of reference check? Reference checks to get the job related information of a candidate in written form so we can justify behind hire or no hire decision, to collect job applicants' written permission to check the references before doing so, to get the opinions from those who are familiar with the candidate and his performance on the job, to verify all key aspects including the reason for leaving the previous job. What according to you is the selection ratio? The ratio between number of applicants finally hired with the total number of applicants is the selection ratio. By using selection ratio, HR staff can evaluate the effects of the labor market on selection decisions. What are the various selection criteria which an interviewer should keep in mind while selecting a candidate? Formal education, experience and past performance, physical characteristics, personal characteristics and personality type. If any selection made by firm is wrong or poor selection, what would be the cost to the company? Direct cost, re-advertising cost, panel time and effort, HR staff time and effort. Indirect cost, reduced productivity, time taken for new hire to become productive, lost productivity while position is vacant. What do you understand by screening interview? This is a preliminary interview by which employer can select the eligible candidate for further selection process to minimize the cost of selection. This round is generally done by a junior executive from the HR department. They just check the suitability as per the requirement like education, experience, salary expectation, location preference, etc.